Hey, it's Angelo Caruso. Welcome back to the Leader in You playlist. Now, if you're watching the videos in sequence, you just came from a video about how money does not motivate most employees. And of course, we talk about things that do motivate people. That's in episode 2. This is episode 3, and we're going to talk about time management, particularly for CEOs, sales managers, supervisors, managers of any kind, really. And talk about your second most valuable resource, which is time. I've often said that your number one resource is other people. Time is way up there. A while back, there was an author by the name of Eric Hoffer, Hoffer, and he wrote a book called The True Believer. In the book, Eric Hoffer says, when we aren't doing the one thing we ought to be doing, we become the busiest people in the world. I really believe that. And so it's important that when we're managing our time, that we find a way to book time in appropriate measures, right? The right amount of time for the task, and also the right task for that time slot. Now, one of the most important things that you can do for yourself is to book time with yourself. I often have meetings with myself, and a lot of times people will approach me at my desk or wherever I'm at, and they'll say, do you have a minute to talk? And I'll say, no, I don't. I'm having a meeting right now. And they'll look around, and I'm sitting by myself, and they'll say, well, who are you having a meeting with? And I say myself. I've even booked it in my calendar, right? Send myself an alert. Because I think it's important that you have this solitary time to think, to plan, to get organized, to stay organized. All of this is very, very important. So I call this booking time with myself or booking time with yourself. And I think you'll find it very helpful. Schedule a half an hour minimum every day, preferably in the morning, to get your act together, man. And you'll be so much stronger for your people during the day. The second technique I want to share with you is called clustering. Now, this is an easy example. If you think about the weekend and you have a bunch of trips that you want to make, maybe a trip to the north side of town, a trip to the east and west, and a trip down south, you wouldn't go to the north and come back, and go to the east or west and come back, and go to the south and come back, right? You'd find some sort of routing that would be good for you in terms of time management. And you can think about that during your business day or during your work day in the same manner, that you should answer a cluster of emails at the same time. You should do a cluster of outbound calls at the same time. Because when you do an email and then an outbound call and then walk across the office and see somebody and then do another email, then do another outbound call, you're losing what behavioral psychologists call blinks. These are attention units, right? Because it takes time to leave one modality and get focused in another. And so what time management experts suggest is that you cluster like activities together, and in that way you don't lose that blink time or that refocus time. So this is called clustering, everybody, and you can do it not only with your errands on the weekend, but you can do it during the workday as well. I also highly recommend weighting, weighting, your events. Many people use an ABC system, where A events are more important than B events, C events are least important. And so if you begin the day and you focus on A events, at the end of the day you may have some C events that are left unattended to, but it was still a pretty good day. If you begin the day with C events and low-hanging fruit, and then maybe tackle a couple of B activities, then you won't handle any of your most important activities, the A activities. So as Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, he said, do first things first. And of course, the most important thing is what you should do first thing in the day, all of your A activities. Now, the people that are really into the weighted priority time management system even have A1, A2, A3 on their list of things to do. And they reprioritize as the day goes on. They might reprioritize mid-morning or midday, right? Because at that point, other things have entered the schedule and the task list, and now compared to other activities, they are a C, or maybe they've moved up in standing to an A. So this idea of weighting the tasks that need to be done and then reprioritizing as the day goes on will be extremely helpful to you as you manage your time. It was the great Harvey MacKay who said, time is free but priceless. You can use it, but you can't own it. You can spend it, but you can't keep it. Try these time management tips. I think you'll find them very helpful. And we'll see you in the next video in this playlist, which is about changing the rules and how, as a leader, you're not only, you shouldn't be not just okay with changing the rules, you're obligated to change the rules if you're a leader. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks, everybody.